Okay, so this is the Grazia app, and what do you think this is? The loading screen, pretty much.
Yep, this is the loading screen.
Okay, so then once it loads, it would take you to a screen like this, and what are some things that you notice about it?
There's a search button, a settings button, and a home button.
And then what does it say about the account?
That I'm not logged in.
So what would you interpret that? What would you think that means?
That I don't have an account.
Yeah. Okay, then what else do you, what kind of format do you see it being?
It's a tile format.
Yeah.
And then there's a reload button there.
And what do you think that does?
Refresh, but it makes all the tiles current.
Okay. And then, do you like being able to see just an image on there, or would you prefer it to just be the title with an image and text, or do you like it to just be simple imagery with the title of the section?
I like the title.
Yeah. So then you can click on it.
And the picture, but is the picture going to change every time you hit the reload button?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Yeah, so it would be constantly updated. Okay, so in this scenario, let's compare, well actually, what would you do if you were wanting to either create an account or log in? What would be the thing that you would do?
If I was going to create an account,
yeah,
I would probably click on the not logged in
okay.
hyperlink.
Yep. And then pretty much that would take you to a screen where, what pretty much does this entail?
Okay, this is where you create an account, you put in your email, make a password.
Do you like the fact that it can remember you for future reference, or not? Do you really do you like having to re-log in or not?
I like that, and obviously here you can't just log in because you haven't logged in yet, so you have to create.
Mm-hmm. And then it would create your own screen, which I still need to figure out. So then after that, yep. So then pretty much it would take you back to the screen. So after you've created an account, and now in my case I put my own name as if I created it, but now you notice a difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that apparent enough that you'd be able to see that it's personalized? Do you like the position of where it is, or would you want it somewhere else?
It's a subtle change, I think.
Mm-hmm. Is that good or bad?
It depends. At first glance, I didn't notice the difference. I thought it was the old card.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you think, well, obviously since it's a paper prototype, there's no color and stuff, but do you think it would be helpful if there was maybe a picture that you could add or something that would...
Yeah, like a login picture, like a profile.
Do you think it should still be in the same spot?
I think maybe it could be the same spot in the middle, but take away the Grazia and put that somewhere else, smaller.
Okay.
But then it would maybe want to move that for the other card too.
Okay.
Because then it'd be easier to differentiate.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would you do if you wanted to make a search?
Click the magnifying glass. Okay.
So then it would bring you to the screen where these tiles would still appear, but it would be overlaid. And is that an effective way to be able to have it? So if you pressed that, what do you think that would do? Those lines, what does that kind of signify on a normal app?
Expand.
Yeah. So it could close and expand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Do you like the fact that it's kind of a smaller search that you could scroll? Do you get the feeling that you can scroll through these if there was more options and maybe if the picture was cut down? Or do you feel
I would if there was a scroll bar on the right.
Okay, so you would want a scroll bar.
Just a vertical line next to all the pictures.
On the right side or the left side?
Right side.
Okay. And then, do you like the idea that once you de-expanded it, it would just go back to the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so in the case that you're wanting to change your settings, what would you do?
Click the gear.
Okay. Is that an apparent enough thing that says settings to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you like the location of the button?
Yes.
Okay.
It could also go below the home. That might be
below
better.
the home? Do you think that's better?
That would make the search stand alone.
Okay. So maybe move it to the left side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have home and settings right next to each other.
Okay. All right. So in this case, this is the new settings button. This is also just a kind of the search where it comes out. Do you like the different things that are inside the settings? And do you like the fact that it says settings on the top as well as the gear on the bottom so you know where you are, or is that too repetitive?
I think there should be another setting at the bottom instead of the gear.
Okay.
And
Do you like the fact that you can add your profile picture here, or should that be back where the account is?
it could be both.
Okay.
Not sure how I feel about it just being in the middle there, though.
Okay. Do you think it should be like how the search was, where it just expands out from where the settings was, like where the search thing came out?
Yeah.
Instead of in the
if you
center.
did that, then it would be
Consistent?
consistent. Yeah.
Okay. So in this case, you could change your email, change your password if you wanted to. And favorites, if you were favoriting articles, which we'll get to, you can see how many are in there. And then I kind of wanted to have it be like the general settings of like the normal iPhone, where it would show like the number. And then newsletter, the whole point of this app is to be able to have people subscribe and unsubscribe to a newsletter. So I thought that the option there would be kind of nice, that they could turn it off or on if they wanted to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, all right, so let's go back to the screen. Let's say that you wanted to go to a specific thing. What would you do?
If I wanted to go to a specific thing?
Yeah, a specific title.
Click the tile.
Yeah, title, I mean. Yeah. You would click it, like tap it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you feel like you could tap anywhere on the tile and it would take you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tap on a specific tile. Okay. This one. So then, in this case, this screen would then appear where it would show the same picture from the home screen. And then the consistent top navigation. Do you like having the subtitle of where you're at there?
Yeah. I think the picture should be expanded left and right so it's bigger.
So it takes up the whole screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for the top part. Like.
Okay. Do you think the title should go above the picture? Like the title of the article should go above the picture or not?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what do you get out of the heart and the arrow?
The heart would be to like, and the arrow
It's really sloppy looking.
would be to share it.
Yeah. So like it could get you in tune with like your social network. What would you do if you wanted to go back to the screen that you previously were on with the tiles?
Swipe left.
Okay. So you'd swipe left.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you were trying to go to a different article, what would you do?
I don't know.
Okay. How do you think, so technically how this is supposed to work is I'm trying to have it be like you could swipe this way to continue, like you would tap this and, or like if you have an account, what I'm trying to have it be like is you'd have like, you'd be able to read, and then if you went like, if you tapped it, then you could read more, like it would expand the article out more. But in the case that you want to keep reading different things within gallery, I was trying to have it like you could swipe through different articles like this. But how do you think you could make it, how should I make it easier for people to understand that if you keep going this way, there'll be more articles?
You could have an introductory when they sign up for an account. Like an introductory 2-second, not 2 seconds, but a quick little, like a tour of the site, basically how it works.
Okay, to like explain.
Yeah. Or you could have maybe like a really translucent arrow right here
Okay.
on the side. But then
Okay.
you couldn't full screen it.
Do you think that it helps, in this case, it doesn't show it, but for a page like on the newsletter, it would say page 1 of 5. Would you know to tap to read more then? Or would you try to swipe to read more?
I would try and swipe up to get to the next page.
Okay. So do you think that it should be a swipe instead of tapping to read the article more?
Yeah, because then you get more of the feeling that you're reading a book instead of
So do you think you should swipe up like this or to the side like this to read more?
up to read more of the same article and to get to a different one.
And then this way to go to a different article?
Yeah, you could swipe this way to get to a different article.
Kind of like a page?
In the same category.
Yeah.
And then swipe this way to get to this page.
Okay, because what I had it at originally is I had a back button up here that you could go back to if you say this is on page 2, say this is like page 2 of 5, you could press the back button and it would take you to this. But maybe it should just be no back and swiping. But I don't know if the back button's worth it or not.
From anywhere you're at, if you're on page...
Because the home button's supposed to take you back to this one. That's how I had it. Like, if you press the home button, it would take you to the home screen.
Say this is like a 100-page article, and you're on page 35. The back button could be like a hard back to take you...
Like breadcrumbs.
I don't know what that is.
Like, it basically takes you back to where you want to go.
Yeah.
Instead of all the way back.
Well, not back one page. It would take you all the way back, and then instead of having to cycle through all the pages again.
Okay, but then this should be... Or what did you say you wanted it to be going up to read more?
To get to page 3 of 5, you'd swipe up.
Okay.
And to get back to this page, you'd hit the back button.
Okay. And then what would the home take you to? What would pressing this do?
The same thing, I guess. So I guess...
Well, because the back button, I can see taking it to here, but I want the home to be able to take it to this screen.
Yeah, that's good.
If that makes sense. Okay. So then, for in this case, if you pressed another one, we already kind of did the newsletter in this one, so if you pressed the other one, like shop, then do you notice like a consistency with layout in terms of where everything's located on the page? Okay. Now in this case in shop, the overall goal of this one is to lead people to a link of like say a site, or maybe like it like explains the article, and then it kind of highlights like a specific designer or like a specific product that you can get someplace, and instead of having it be where you can just click on it and it'll like be within the app. If you click on it, if this was like more hyperlinked looking, would you get the feeling that that could take you onto Safari on your phone? Okay. And then now if you were going to click, what's the one you haven't been to? That one. So in this case, it's like, do you see that it would be the same layout in a sense?
Yes.
Okay. So pretty much it'd be helpful to, once you click on one of these and you're brought to this page and you see that it's only page of 1 of 5, what's the overall swiping that you said was the best? To go up to read more of the article and to go to the side to read
a different article.
Okay. And then what would the back purpose be?
To take you back to the first page of the article.
Okay.
So right there, you wouldn't need it.
So if I was on this second page, if I pressed back, it would take me to this one?
Yeah.
Okay. And then if I pressed home on either one, what would it do?
Take you back to the...
Take you to this?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.